Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone, Mission 1, and we already have found our second clue, which means our two heroes are in a relatively precarious situation right now because they have to face their final threat already. So we were able to find the small deposit, and as soon as we wiped out all of those guys here, we will be able to collect our reward. But as this all happened at the end of the round, we have to start a new round, which means we have to continue holding back the darkness. We are looking for a 7 or more. That's perfect. That's a 10. No doubles rolled here. So yeah, let's get right into it. And our gunslinger Sue has the quick draw ability, which says during the first turn of a fight, which we are in right now, you are initiative 10 and may gain +1 shot with a single-handed gun. Good thing is, our two enemies have an initiative of 6 and an initiative of 4, which means Sue will definitely go first. So yeah, I think let's roll some actual combat dice. Her gun or her pistol has 2 shots, which means she will roll 2 dice, but because of her quick draw, this will be 3 dice now. So let's see what we get. Her 2 hit for range is a 3+, so every 3+ counts as a hit. So let's see what we get. Okay, I take this. I even didn't need to use my spectacles, which allowed me to reroll one of those. So that's actually pretty great. I have to assign those critical hits first. That's basically part of the FAQ or some clarification. And personally, I think it makes sense. So I will assign this die here because it's next to me. I have to start dealing hits out to adjacent enemies. Next, I can resolve the damage. I could also assign, let's say, groups of hits to this target. This allows me some more, let's say, tactical considerations where I want to use my grids as much as possible, because with one grid I can reroll a lot, let's say, more than just one die. But in this case, I think that's fine. Let's roll the damage. We don't have any defense now. That's good. Normally they have a defense of 1 because of the strength of void, which is actually good, and 5. Yeah, it's definitely enough to take out one of those void spiders. How cool is that? So 1 hit is gone, and that's our first 10 experience points. Now I can make a choice, because now I can use this critical damage to go after one of those stranglers. They're in range, and I think in this case maybe that's still the better deal, and not taking out those spiders who will come at me anyway. So yeah, I think let's assign this 6 here to this strangler, which now has a defense of 2 and a health of 3. So again, a roll of 3 is enough, because with critical hits I basically ignore defense. So I think I will not assign a second die to this guy. Yeah, I think let's not do that. That's a 3. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed to take out this strangler here. How cool is that? And this also means those are 5 more experience points, and we still have a die. And I think in this case, let's simply go for one of those void spiders here, right here in front of us. So that's the 3. And here we rolled a 6. Oh man, that's so cool. Another void spider is down. And again, this means we just get 10 more experience points. Okay, that was pretty awesome, to be honest. Unfortunately, next we have to deal with a void spider. So pretty much the next highest initiative. So let's start with this one here. 1, 2, 3 is Sue. Yeah, it's Sue. So this guy will attack Sue. The next guy will attack L, our prospector, so that much is clear. And the rest will simply storm ahead. I think this is the next one. I think that's the movement of those void spiders. Next they will attack. And again, let's simply start with Sue's void spider here, which will now roll 2 combat dice, and each 4+ would hit. Good thing is they ignore a 6, or there are no critical hits for the void spiders. So let's see. Okay, that's 1 hit. So 1 hit she has to take. Her defense is only a 5, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, that's how things are balanced in this game. No, that's not good enough. And in this case, Sue will take her first 2 wounds. Then it's the second void spider attacking Al, also hitting on 4s. Okay, that's a 5 and a 2, which pretty much means 1 hit. He has a defense of 4, which is much better. Yes, he defends, so he's not taking any wounds. And that's pretty much it. All the other guys will not be able to attack. They cannot pass over whatever figures, enemy figures, friendly figures, doesn't really matter. So the Void Spiders are done for this round. Next we have the Stranglers who would activate, and I think this is also a pretty easy one. That's 1, 1, 2, or say 1, 1, 2. This guy will move in here, and that's also already the end of the Strangler's activation. Next we come to initiative 2, which is Al, and I think right now it's dynamite time. He gets a free attack once per fight. He can throw one of his dynamite sideback tokens, so let's use it, and choose one space which is in range. That's always strength plus 3. His strength is a 4, so it's 7, so really literally any place in this room. Of course you still have to have line of sight, and I think I will want to try to throw this dynamite here onto this space, and pretty much all of those guys around the dynamite will be hit. The problem is we still have to roll a single die and basically do a 2-hit, and that's his ranged hit, which means he would roll on a 5+ now. If we are not lucky, we have, let's say, the backside of this card here, and this tells us how this dynamite will bounce, and yeah, again, it could come back right back into our face, so let's hope for the best here. Again, we are looking for 5 or more. Yes! How cool is that? You're the man. So awesome, Al. So we will now roll for each of those models individually. It's a d6. We will ignore any defense whatsoever. So I think let's start right here. We'll go for this last because this helps us to remember. Okay, let's start with this Strangler here. That's a 4. Awesome. Strangler is down. I will put it on the card so I remember how much experience points this guy will get. Next we will go with this Strangler here. That's a 3, also enough. 1 Strangler down. Let's continue. This Strangler. That's only a 2, kind of a shame, but 2 points of damage is still something. Then we have this Strangler here. That's also only a 2. That's so unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. But I will take it anyway. Let's go for this Void Spider here. That's only a 1. Oh man, that's really disappointing. Really disappointing. This Void Spider here. That's a 3. Void Spider is down. Awesome. This one here. It's a 6. Yes, I take it. This Spider in front of the dynamite. That's also only a 1. Really bad. And last but not least, we have the Center Spider who triggered it all. That's only a 2 as well. But overall, we really dealt some serious damage. And this was only a free attack. And this also means that Al will now score 70 experience points in total. Way to go. So we were not really able to get a lot of resources and experience points from the adventure, but we will definitely get some points from this final fight. I noticed something. I forgot to roll for the movement for both of those guys, actually. I think I should still do that. So let's roll for Sue. That's a 4. Let's roll for Al here. It doesn't really matter. It's a 6. It's just roll for the grid. I would not have tried to move away or something like that. So I think overall that's still kind of okay. I missed this. This was only his free attack, which he gets once per fight from his Blast minus special ability. He can still use his heavy pickaxe now in order to attack one of those Void Spiders as well. So yeah, let's simply do that. And the good thing is he's rolling a D8 now in order to hit, and I think a 6, 7 and 8 counts as a critical. Yes, that's the case. That's a 7. It's a critical hit. Cool. On an 8 it would have been doubled. It's critical, so no defense, but he's still rolling a normal D6 for the damage. I think let's assign it to, it doesn't matter, to this spider up there. That's a 4, more than enough to take out that spider, which means he just got 10 more experience points. Next round, let's try to hold back the darkness. That's a 6, which is not good enough, so the darkness will advance. Good thing is we are not hitting one of those blood splatters here, because a darkness card is the last thing that we want. Then we move over to the void spiders, unfortunately, because the quick draw only counts for the first turn of a fight, and now she's back to 6 initiative. The void spiders have an initiative of 6 as well, and in this case void spiders break the ties. So again, they will continue to move down. So this guy will move here to L because it doesn't have any enemies assigned. They will move up here. Then it's, I think, yeah, this spider. Then it's this spider here. And then, yeah, this spider will attack Sue. Again, rolling 2 dice for to hit. That's no hit at all. I take that for sure. Then this spider will attack L. Also 1 hit. L has to defend with a 4+. No, that's not good enough, which means he also takes 2 wounds, but I think he has a health of 16, so I think right now he should still be okay. Then it's Sue. She will roll for her movement, hoping for a 1. Oh, that's awesome. So she gains 1 extra grid. That's really, really awesome. And then, yeah, she will simply roll some more dice in order to attack some of those void spiders here. 3+, yeah, those are 2 hits, and I have to assign those hits to those adjacent ones anyway. So I think let's start with this void spider here. Let's roll for some damage. Still has a defense of 1, so we need a 4, which is cool. This is enough. So this void spider is no more. But we still have a second hit. We have to assign it to this void spider here. Again, we are looking for a 4 or more. Awesome. Wow, on fire, Sue. Cool. 2 void spiders down, which gives her 20 more XPs. Next, the Stranglers will activate, so this guy will move forward, this guy will move forward, this guy will move forward, and that's about it. Keep in mind, they can not move through. If they would have been large enemies, they would push those small creatures aside, but they're medium, they're not allowed to do that. And then again, it's over to L, and L is basically in a bad situation now, because there are no enemies here. And this is really tough now. But yeah, let's roll for his movement first anyway. I think, yeah, he's at 2 grids, so it wouldn't change a thing, but let's do it anyway. That's a 3. And I think in this case he really has to move ahead. He has to, because otherwise he will not be able to reach any of those spiders. And now we have left an opening here, so spiders will now be able to move behind us. So we really have to get rid at least of 2 of those, or 1 would be cool already, in order to really avoid getting, yeah, basically attacked from various sides here. And good thing is, he still has his boot knife, which also grants him a free attack once per fight. It has a range of 4. Unfortunately, he's now adjacent to you, and you have to use it basically before or after you do your standard attack here. And so he had to move in anyway, so you cannot use this free attack before you actually move. But it does 2 extra damage, so yeah, why not try to attack this sucker here? And yeah, we are hoping for a 5 or more. No, that's not good enough. He could now use his grid, and I think he will. He will spend 1 of his grid tokens in order to reroll that die. Yes, awesome. It was definitely worth it. How cool is that? It's dealing 2 extra damage now. We still have 1 defense here, so let's see what we get. That's 2 plus 2 is 4, minus 1 defense is exactly enough to take out this void spider. Then he will use his standard attacks using his heavy pickaxe in order to attack the spider right next to him. That's a 2, not good enough. Should he use a grid token now in order to get rid of her? No, I think not. I think he will call it an attack. I think that was already pretty good for him. End of round. Let's roll on the depth track here. That's a 4, still not good enough. So this guy will move down. We will see our next
darkness card.
And here we have laying in wait. There is a tension in the air. They know you are here. The next time the heroes are attacked, it automatically counts as an ambush attack. And all of the enemies gain +1 combat for the first round, fight round. Then discard this card. I think I can live with that. I really hope we don't see another attack in this adventure. So yeah, let's keep it for now. And then those void spiders will attack. They have not been assigned yet here, so they have not chosen a target. So let's start with this void spider here. Again, 1, 2, 3 is Sue. No, I think this spider will now move 1, 2 spaces behind L. This is how they do things, because they have now found a passage. This guy, or this guy, doesn't really matter. Oh no, I think it does. I think we get to choose. They're both equally ahead. So let's move this guy here, attacking Sue. And yeah, this guy has to move basically here. And yeah, this guy has to attack Al as well. So he's really kind of in a precarious situation right now too, because 3 void spiders are now attacking him. Which means we will roll 6 dice. I think I can do that simultaneously, because we don't really care about any 6s or critical hits and whatnot. Let's simply roll 6 dice for those spiders. Unfortunately, those are 5 hits he has to dodge now, and every 4 counts as a dodge. Oh, that's only 2 he was able, which means he takes 6 points worth of damage. This is really something. I think I will still not spend the grid at this point in time. We still have 1 more spider to go. That's the one attacking Sue here. 4+. No, Sue is fine, which is actually pretty good. Now it's Sue's turn. She will roll for her movement. That's a 4. She will stay where she is. I think there's no need to really escape. Or is it? She could try to go after those stranglers. So she could try to move in here, and then she would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces away from this strangler. And I think this is what she wants to do. Before she can move, though, she has to pass an escape test of a 4+ for this void spider. Yes, she is allowed to do that. So let's do that. 1, 2 spaces, and then she wants to hit this strangler here in the back with her pistol. Yes, that's not a hit. See, she will spend her grid for sure. That's only 1 hit. I cannot spend another grid in order to re-roll that die here. Each die can only be re-rolled once. But again, she wants to assign this hit onto this guy here. Now I'm thinking of spending my Deadeye shot. And here I'm not 100% sure if I can roll first and see if I want to spend it or not. I think I will play it a little bit tougher and decide before I roll to spend one of those Deadeye shots. This gives us +2 damage, which is then an auto kill on this guy, because this +2 will nullify the defense and he already is wounded. So a 1 is enough and we roll a 1. Of course we are, but that's good enough to take out this strangler here, giving her 25 more experience points. Then it's the stranglers. I think they will simply move in here. That's already the end of their activation. And next it's Al, and he's out of any free attacks whatsoever. So he really has to live with that. But I think before we do that, he wants to use his minus canteen. Basically, we can use it to heal 2d6 wounds. So let's do that before anything nasty will happen here. That's a 10. Perfect. Now we are talking. So he's fully healed now. And then he can basically go back to the fight. So again, he will roll 1 die here. That's a 1. No, he has to use his remaining grid. I think I forgot to roll for his movement again. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, that's the 1. Awesome. That's the grid he needed in order to reroll that die. How cool is that? That's a 6. A 6 counts as a critical hit, so he will go for this unwounded void spider here. So let's hope for a 3. That's a 5, which is enough to kill the spider, giving him 10 more XPs. Next round, let's hold back the darkness. No, again, not good enough. Darkness is coming closer. Then it's the 2 remaining void spiders. Those 2 are already assigned. This one will go 1, 2, 3, and 4 spaces right behind Sue here. That's how things go. And then we can basically start rolling for some damage. Let me clean up those, or this dice mess here. And yeah, let's start with Sue now, because this beast has moved. So 4+, that's 1 hit. Okay, let's have her defend on a 5+. Yes, awesome. Again, she's not taking any wounds. That's cool. And then Al has to defend from 2 more of those spiders. So those guys will roll 4 dice in total. That's 3 hits. Ugh, that's ugly. So he has to defend from 3 hits. He's able to defend from 2, which is okay. So he takes 2 fresh wounds here. Then it's Sue down here. She has to roll for her movement, and I'm really apologizing if I forget a roll or so. That's a 5. Okay, she's not getting anything, but I'm not sure if she can move away, because wherever she would move, she would still be adjacent to an enemy. And here I'm not really sure if this counts as an actual space. So she could move in here, but to be honest, this kind's field of G, and I think it doesn't really help her anyway, because she will not be able to hit any of those stranglers. No, let's keep her where she is for now. And yeah, let's simply attack. Whatever we can do. That's 1 hit. That's 1 hit. Let's go with this 1 hit. I think that's fine. So let's assign this hit to this spider. We have to do that. Let's roll for damage. Should we spend another of those? No, I think not. We need 2 pretty much. Yeah, that's good enough. This spider was already wounded, so it's gone. This gets her to 110 XP. Again, it's the void spiders. They will both attack him, because they never change their targets unless those guys are moving away. Then they will reacquire a new target. So it's 4 dice, 4 hits. You must be kidding me. So he has to defend from 4 possible hits, but that's 4 defenses. I think he's pretty okay, I would say. Great job. Problem is, next are those stranglers. We will start with this strangler. So which target will he go to? That's 5. It's L. It's again L. So 1, 2, and 3. And yeah, this also means that this guy also needs to go to L, because it cannot pass through this other figure here. This is really, really bad. And I think now I really have to do them one by one. So let's start with this strangler here. He will roll 4 combat dice, and each 3+ counts as a hit, and a 6 is 3 hits each. So that's okay, I guess. So those 2 are misses, and they only do 1 damage. That's fine, but he still can try to defend. Yes, he defended. He's awesome. He's simply awesome. Problem is, there is another strangler right next to him. So again, we would roll 4 dice, and that's again only 2 hits. Awesome. Okay, I think he can survive that attack, but he's not able to defend that. It's only 2 wounds. I think he will be fine with that. So he takes 2 more wounds, bringing him up to 4, which is perfectly fine for him. Then it's L. This time I will not forget the movement roll. That's a 3. He can try to evade now. Problem is, those stranglers are really tough to evade from, because you need a 6 or more to evade from those guys. So no, I think he will not. He will simply attack with his heavy pickaxe. Rolling a 1, he will spend his last remaining grit in order to reroll that. That's an 8, which doubles the amount of damage. That's so cool. So he will totally assign this hit to this guy here, to the unwounded one. Let's roll for the wounds. Oh, are you kidding me? That's a 2. That's a 2. It's doubled. Well, pretty much it's already doubled to a 2. Problem is, stranglers have a defense of 2, so it's not taking any hits, and I'm out of grit whatsoever. Okay, what a blow. But this ends the round. Let's try to hold back the darkness. That's a 10. It's doubles. You must be kidding me. So yeah, it will not advance, but we still have to consult the depth event chart here. It's a terrifying shriek. A shriek of pain and suffering echoes through the mind, chilling you to the bone. Each hero in the mine immediately takes D6 horror hits. Okay, let's start with Sue. She's has the higher initiative. But the good thing is now I can use my willpower in order to defend. Yeah, That's one hit. I take it, but still she's allowed to defend. Her willpower is a 4+. Yeah, that's good enough. She's not taking any hits. Next, Al has to do the same. It's also only one hit. That's pretty amazing. But his willpower only is a 5+. And no, he takes 1 point of sanity loss, which is pretty okay for him. Then the Void Spiders will attack Al again. They will not choose a new target. 4 dice, 3 hits. Yep, that's the case. He can defend on a 4+. That's only 1 defense. Yeah, he has to take 4 more wounds, which brings him up to 8. I think that's still half of his health, so I think right now he should be okay. Next, it's Sue. And I think I keep forgetting her spectacles, but that's a normal thing in this game. There are so many modifiers, so many cards, so many special abilities you have to take care of. But let's first roll for her movement. That's a 4. She will stay where she is, so that's perfectly fine. She will definitely try to take out one of those stranglers there. So she will now roll for her attack. She will not move away, as I said. Woof. Okay, she will spend her last remaining grit in order to reroll both of her dice, and that's more like it. That's cool. So I think I will assign this hit here to this unfinished or unhurt model here. Oh, now when I think about it, I think it should have been wounded because I think this was a critical hit. So he rolled an 8, which doubled it, and his defense, no, I think he should have taken 2 wounds actually. Good that I caught this. I will definitely leave a note in the video. Yeah, this guy should be a 2. It was still not enough to defeat it, so I think we are still okay. So I think in this case doesn't really matter. This guy is dead when I assign this die to it. That's pretty awesome as well. Pretty cool. The second hit will go to the second strangler, but now I do have to roll. Yep. That's a 1. It will not go through the defense, and I cannot use my thing. Should I have used my Deadeye shot? But I played it that I have to assign it first, and I think I will stick to my, let's call it a house rule for now. Yeah, I missed it. Sorry for that. So I think, yeah, 1 strangler down, which is still good enough. And then this strangler will hit Al again. 4 hits. Okay. That's 1, 2. 3 plus 3, 6 hits he has to deal with. So he would roll 6 dice in order to defend. Insane stuff. And he's only rolling 1 defense. So he's taking 5 more wounds, which is still okay for him, I guess. He should be at 13 now, if I'm not mistaken, out of 16. But then it is Al's turn. He will roll for his movement. That's a 5. Unfortunately, not good enough. Should he move away now? Does it make a difference? Or are we assuming we will be fine? He can only move away with a 6+ anyway, but it might still be worth it. So let's try it. Why not? Let's roll for a 6. Or hope for a 6. No, that's the opposite of a 6 apparently. So he will have to stay where he is. So he will roll his heavy pickaxe. Again, hoping for a high result. That's not good enough. He needed a 4+. That's a 3+. Wow. Completely whiffs it. And again, we have to hold back the darkness. That's a 3. Not good enough. And yeah, guess what? We have to deal with our first growing dread card. From up ahead, you hear a spine-tingling chitter echoing through the halls. You know it's not human speech, but in your mind it almost seems to be forming words. At last you have come. All heroes immediately take 2 sanity damage with no willpower savings. Okay, that's pretty okay, I guess. So definitely something we can live with for now. And then it's back to the Void Spiders. Again, they will attack Al here with 2 hits for now. Yes, and he can roll for his defense. He defends from 1, which pretty much means he goes to 15 points. Wounds out of 16. Wow, that's very, very close. Good thing is, it's now Sue's turn. Let's roll for her movement. That's a 3. She will stay where she is, and now she really has to hit. So yeah, let's hope for the best. And that's one hit, a critical one, that's enough. Okay, she will use her spectacles now in order to reroll 1-2 hit roll. That's a 3, not good enough. She will totally assign this hit to this sucker here, which means he's dead and gone, which is pretty cool, giving her 25 more experience points. And then it's directly over to Al, because again, the Stranglers are out now. So let's roll for his movement first. That's 2. So he's not gaining anything, and he could use it to move away, and I think that's what he tries to do. I think he needs to roll a 4+ in order to escape. No, not good enough. He has to stay where he is, so he will use his heavy pickaxe. And again, he's failing. And one thing which I just noticed, his pickup gives him +1 damage. Oh man, I think he would have killed this Strangler before. I think he would have taken a little less wounds or so, but overall not bad. But I really have to remember all those modifiers. But yeah, this means he failed. This is the end of his activation, so we have to move over to the depth track again. Let's try to hold back the darkness. Ah, that's not good enough. And it's a double. And that's another nasty one. Dark Dread. Things are looking more and more bleak by the moment. Draw a Growing Dread card to add to the stack. We are not adding anything to the stack because we are already in our final fight. So we will resolve it right away. This one says, you shudder to think of what lay before you. Move the darkness 1 step forward on the depth track. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this means we have to resolve another card, and that's the Darkness card again. That's the Flood of Bats. A black tide of bats pours through the cavern, engulfing the heroes and passing by. Each hero takes 2 horror hits, gains 10 XP and must then pass a strength 4+, or lose 1 Darkstone. Okay, we don't have any Darkstones yet, so I think that's okay. Let's deal with the horror hits first. Again, we start with Sue, so she can, yeah, we can still defend with a 4+. No, she's not going to defend, so she takes 2 sanity hits. The same is true for Al. He also can defend with willpower, also not making it, so they both gain 2 more sanity hits, but they also take 10 XPs. Then it's the Void Spiders again. They will attack Al, yeah, with 4 dice. That's 2 hits, so yeah, he has to defend, otherwise he will be KO'd, and no, there's nothing he can do. So he will go down, but that's not that big of a deal. We will spend our revive token now in order, yeah, to not have him go down. We rather have him fully rest or heal, and he also can recover 1 grit for that. And he also doesn't need to roll on that awkward or awful thing injury chart, which is definitely a good thing in this case. And I think here we have a problem when we roll those attacks simultaneously, because normally this guy maybe would have killed him and then this guy would have chosen a new target. But as we only really got 1 hit out of this, I think we can assume it was the latter one, so I think that's fine. Then it's pretty much over to Sue. She will roll for her movement. She gets a grit as well. That's very, very nice. Cool stuff. Put it here. And then, yeah, I think let's do some shooting accordingly. Again, not forgetting her stuff. That's 2 hits. Awesome. So yeah, let's assign one here first. She will spend definitely her Deadeye shot now, and I'm still not sure if I could. I think I still can decide afterwards, after I have seen how much damage we roll. So let's see, that's +2. Yeah, this Void Spider is dead. Let's go for the second one. We will spend another Deadeye shot for it. So let's roll again, but overall this should be okay. Yeah, that's a 6, perfect. This Void Spider is no more as well, giving her 20 more experience points. And now we still get to loot before we basically end up or wrap up our adventure here. So here's the card for Sue coins. $25. That's not really great, but yeah, I will take this anyway. So that's here. Then we have the second card for Al, and he gets double the amount. Okay, he takes 2 Darkstone shards because of his expert miner ability here. That's good and bad, of course. Darkstone is always good. That's what we came here for. But you also have to roll for any corruption at the end of this adventure, which we will face right now. And of course, we will not forget the experience points. So they gain 20 XP each for those loot cards as well. And then, yeah, we have found a small deposit, so they gain 25 more experience, and each of those gets D3 Darkstone. But in this case, he will not double up on this. He only gets this through encounter cards and scavenge cards and things like that. So let's roll for Sue first. That's only 1 Darkstone for her. Then for Al, wow, 3 more Darkstone for him, bringing him to 5 Darkstone in total. All of the heroes will now be fully healed. They will recover 1 grit. And actually, I found the spot where it said that I should maybe use after the roll for damage is made on a hit. Okay, so I messed this up too. Apologies for that, but I think no harm was done here. And then we still have to make our corruption roll. So for each Darkstone you would roll a die and, yeah, basically suffer corruption. You can still save with your willpower. Let's start with Sue. She only has 1 Darkstone. We are rolling 1 die for her. That's a 1. Unfortunately, she takes 1 hit. Let's see if she can defend from it with her willpower of 4. No, she takes a corruption. Man, she only found 1 Darkstone. But still, she has to take the corruption hit. And then it's Al. He has 5 stones now. So let's see. Okay, here's 1 more. That's 2 hits for now. So he can still try to defend from those. So 2 hits on a 5+. He does much better. I think that's his minor expertise or so. Okay, he's not taking any corruption hits, even though he has way more Darkstone than Sue. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the end of our adventure. In the next episode, we will travel to town. We may have to face a travel expense. We will do some stuff in town. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of money, so I think we will not spend that long in town. So really preparing to go right into our next adventure. I really hope you enjoyed my very first mission of Shadows of Brimstone. I do apologize for all the rule scoofs, for all the dice I forgot to roll, for all the special abilities I forgot to use. This game is really a beast when it comes to special abilities and things like that. But I promise I will do much better as of episode 3 of my playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone. Hope to see you soon in one of my other videos, and until then, bye bye.